So in today's class, we will learn force experienced by tank. Okay. What we will do here, you see, we are going to take one tank, okay, like this, and we will make two holes at opposite sides. And through these holes, water will come out. Now, let us assume that liquid which is coming out from this bottom hole is V1 with velocity V1, and let the velocity of this above end or above hole is V2. Let the upper hole is at depth X, and the bottom hole is at depth X plus H. So that's why I'm writing the difference between these two holes as a H. Okay. Now, first of all, let A be the area of cross section of each hole. Okay. Let A be the area of cross section of each hole. Okay. Means whatever this hole is there, no, its area of cross section is A, even here also A. That's why these both holes are having same area of cross section. Clear? Right? And rho is density of liquid. Rho is what? Density of liquid. Okay. Now momentum of liquid. First of all, I am finding momentum of liquid, that is at lower end. I am writing at lower end or at lower hole, we can say. Okay. What is momentum formula? Who will tell me? Yes, what is the momentum formula?
Share mass into m into v.
So here P1 is equal to m into V1. Shall I write? Now this m I am replacing with rho into area into L1, and this is what? Volume. Yes, no? So this is velocity, no? So this is volume. I have replaced m into v. Wait. Now this is velocity, no? So this m is there, no? M I am replacing as a rho into v first of all, and then into this v1. Is it okay? Understood? Is that clear? What I did, I just replaced that m with rho into v. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see here, this volume, can I replace like this? Area into length L1. So that's why I'm getting P1 is equal to rho into A into L1 into P1. Now, next, therefore, momentum per unit time. Momentum per unit time. That is P1 by T is equal to rho A L1 by T into V1, which is equal to rho A. L1 by T is again velocity. So this is V1 into V1. And that's why you are getting P1 by T is equal to rho A V1 square. Call this equation number 1. Is that clear? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear? Similarly, now at upper hole, can I write directly now? P2 by T is equal to rho into A into V2 square. Any objection? Yes? Yes, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Got it? Now, net force. And therefore, F net, or first of all from second law, from Newton's second law, what we have, Ray? Tell me. Force is equal to dp by dt. Yes, no? From second law. Yes or no? Yes? Shall I go to the
Yes,
next
sir.
page? I will write this on next page only. Wait. So see, from second law, we know from second law, F is equal to dp by dt, and therefore here F is equal to F net is equal to what you will get? A rho P1 square minus A rho P2 square. A rho P1 square minus A rho P2 square. And therefore, F net is equal to A rho, I am taking common, P1 square minus P2 square. Now, yesterday in Torricelli's law, we have learned P1 is equal to under root 2 G H plus X. This depth we have to take, no? So under root 2 G H plus X. And similarly, V2 is equal to what you will get? Under root 2 Gx. Agree with me? See, in Torricelli's law, we have learned the speed of efflux coming out from this hole is equal to velocity of freely falling body dropped from same height. That's why we got formula V2 is equal to under root 2 Gx. And for this V1, this complete height we have to take. Yes, no? So this complete height is h plus x. That's why v1 is equal to under root 2g h plus x. And therefore here v1 I have written and v2 I have written. So if we will square it, we will get 2gh plus x. So let's substitute here a row into bracket. v1 square is what? 2gh plus x minus 2gx. Is that clear? Understood?
Yes, sir.
I am taking curly bracket here. Now let's expand this. A row into bracket 2gh plus 2gx minus 2gx. Now this 2gx and this 2gx will get cancelled. And that's why I'm getting f net, that is equal to a row into 2gh, and therefore f net is equal to 2 row a g h. है ना? Clear? So if
Yes, sir.
row comma a and g are constants, then we can get f is direct proportional to h. Yes, no? Clear? So note down this first. Any doubt, please ask. Note down. So note down this page. This is second page. Note down fast. Now let's move ahead. Now see, note point. There is one tank and we made two holes like this on the side wall. and these two holes are at height h1 and h2. Okay, and now if suppose the range is same, got it? So here x1 is equal to x2. Now obviously they will have two different velocities, yes, no? Let us assume that this is v1, no, above one we will take v1, this is v2 and this is v1. Okay, now here you see what is horizontal range formulary. X1 is equal to v1 into t1 and x2 is equal to v2 into t2. And now if their ranges are same, then what should be the case? See here, if x1 is equal to x2, then v1 t1 should be equal to v2 t2. And we know for the first hole, v1 is equal to what? Under root of 2g h1. Yes, no? What you will get? p1 is equal to, नहीं ऐसे नहीं आएगा, एक मिनट रुको, not like this. Yes, v1 2g, you will get h1 only, and wait, this one also I will take because for time we require this. Let us assume that this height is h. This complete height of the tank is capital H. Okay, then what happens? What you will get time? Yes, time t1 we will get something like this. T1 is equal to under root 2g h minus h1. 1 minute. Under root 2 into h minus h1 by g aega. Yes, no? Understood this? Or shall I explain again? Wait, I will change it completely. I think so. Wait. Wait. Listen now. Two holes made at side wall. Okay. So this is the tank. And now we made like this 2 holes. This is what horizontal range is. Okay. And now what I'm doing, I'm taking this as a height h. Listen carefully. If you have doubt, ask again. This is height h. Okay. And now, shall I take bottom one as a h1? Or this one you want as h1? Tell me. Okay. I'm taking this one as a h1. Is it okay? h1 and this one as a h2. Right? Clear? And now this velocity is what? v2. This velocity is what? v1. I'm taking down one as a v1, above one as a v2. Now for end A, for hole A or for hole 1, I am saying. Either you can give here A and B name if you want. For hole 1 or A, see here, phi1 is equal to, what is the formula? Under root 2g into the depth. Yes, no. Depth is what here? d1. And this d1 is equal to what? D1 is equal to what? Capital H minus h1. No. You see, from A to this distance, what is that? Capital H minus h1. No. And therefore you are getting v1 is equal to under root of 2gh minus h1. Is that clear? Is that clear? Please tell. Understood? Understood or not?
Understood.
So one second, can you explain?
This one is there, no? This one. This depth is how much, Ray? H minus h1. Yes, no? And this depth is how much? Yes, h minus h2. So velocity formula we know, under root 2g into depth from Torricelli's law. So v1 you will get this. So depth 1 is what? H minus h1. Now time t1 is equal to what? Under root 2 into h1 by g. Yes, no? For this, how you are getting this time formula? H1 is equal to half g t1 square, and therefore 2h1 by g is equal to t1 square, and therefore you are getting t1 is equal to under root of 2h1 by g. Understood now?
Yes, sir.
Now for hole 2, similarly, now you will say me phi2 is equal to how much re bolo? Under root bolo 2g depth d2. So v2 is equal to tell me under root 2g into
2g h minus h2.
very good, h minus h2. And then what you will get at time t2 here? h2
T2
is equal to half g t2 square, and therefore 2h2 by g is equal to t2 square, and then t2 is equal to what? Tell me, under root?
2h2 by
h2
g.
by g.
Yes. And now we know range formula. So this one is range, x1 is equal to x2. So range x1 is equal to v1 into t1, and x2 is equal to v2 into t2. We know horizontal component into time of flight. So therefore x1 is equal to x2 is given. Okay, then v1 t1 should be equal to v2 t2. So let's substitute this now. What is v1 value? v1 t1 is equal to v2 t2. v1 value is what? Tell me. Under root 2g h minus h1. Under root 2g h minus h1 into time of flight for this 2h1 by g is equal to under root 2g h minus h2 into under root of bolo 2h2 by
2h2
g.
by g.
Right. Now let's separate this roots. This is root 2 root g under root h minus h1 into this is root 2 into root h1 into 1 by root g. How I wrote? Listen carefully. See. Similarly here also root 2 into root g under root h minus h2 into root 2 into root h2 into 1 by root g. Is that clear how I did? Just I have separated everything. Now this root 2, this root 2, this root 2 and this root 2 will get cancelled. Yes or no? Yes. This root g,
Yes,
this
sir.
root g, this root g and this root g will get cancelled. Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
So what we are getting next? This root h1 into bracket h minus h1 is equal to under root of h2 into h minus h2. Now squaring on both sides, what we will get? h1 into h minus h1 is equal to h2 into h minus h2. So h1 h minus h1 square is equal to h2 h minus h2 square. Clear? And therefore h1 h minus h2 h is equal to h1 square minus h2 square. This step you understood? Yes or no?
Understood, sir.
Now I am taking capital H common, h1 minus h2, which is equal to a square minus b square, a plus b, a minus b, h1 plus h2 into H1 minus H2. And then what I can cancel? This H1 minus H2, this H1 minus H2 cancel. So what I am getting? Capital H is equal to H1 plus H2. Yes, no?
Sir,
Hmm.
sir, once I explain last step, sir.
This one?
You kept there for no, sir, that step.
You see here, this H1H minus H1 square is there, no? This H2H I am transferring here. This H2S, H1H, and this H2S is there, no? I am transferring here, this side. And this H1 square, this side. This minus will become plus here. And this minus will become, plus will become minus here. Okay?
Understood, sir.
Just this H term, this side transfer karo. This H2S here you transfer this side, and this one you transfer this side. When this will go that side, it will become plus. This is plus already, it will become minus here. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Understood? Note down this part first. Note down this page. And one more point you write here. Range will be maximum if hole is at middle of the height of water. Okay? This is very, very important. For example, if suppose this is a tank and it is completely filled with water, let us suppose this is height h. If we will make hole at h, this h should be h by 2. Okay? Then range will be maximum. Understand? Clear? Understood? We should
Yes,
make
sir.
hole at half of the height of water, then the range will be maximum. Note down.